Good morning, children. Today we are going to discuss Lesson 13, Part 3. The topic is Consequences of World Wars. In the previous video, we have discussed the results of completely the reasons of the two world wars. And in that, we have discussed regarding all the reasons like aggressive nationalism, imperialism, secret alliances, militarism, Treaty of Versailles, League of Nations, German challenge to vengeful domination, the fear of socialism, and the USSR. So, after completing of the World War II, lot of changes has taken place, and why the World War II has ended by 1945. By that time, any of the country's capital, if it is occupied by any of other country, then the country is said to be defeated. Likewise, USSR attacked Germany in the year 1942, and from there onwards, the Germany started losing all the victories, and by 1945, it was declared that the World War II came to an end by dropping of atom bombs on Hiroshima and Nagasaki by US. And after that, lot of things was happened in the world. Those are only called as consequences. Consequences means results. After completing of the two world wars, what are the things that was happened in the world that we are going to discuss in this video. Let us start it. Enormous human loss. Lot of people have died because of these two world wars. So the first consequence of the wars was widespread deaths and injuries, and most of the people who died were men, and almost all of them were under 40 years of age. All are 40 years of age, so they are not more aged people. The two wars also established a regime of lethal arms race, particularly of nuclear and chemical weapons. So from there, the nuclear arms race was also started, using lot of different types of chemical weapons, and different things were started after the Second World War itself. And the second one is democratic principles. They were asserted. All the democratic principles were started in many countries. Up to then, all the countries used to be have a monarchy. And by that time, the monarchy was stopped and democratic principles started in different types of countries. And these two world wars also brought home the dangers of having undemocratic governments and greatly strengthened the case for democratization of power. So here, undemocratic governments which are there, they were completely taken away, and democracy started ruling the countries. But at the same time, some of the countries which were followed democracy by that time, they were completely changed to the other form of governments also. With the World War I, several empires are also came to an end. They are Austro-Hungarian Empire, the Russian Empire, the Ottoman Empire, and the German Empire. These were completely vanished, and new countries were formed in those places. So, what are the empires ended, children? The Austro-Hungarian Empire, the Russian Empire, the Ottoman Empire, and the German Empire. And Russia followed socialism, and others like Germany grew out of their monarchy and become a Weimar Republic. Weimar Republic is nothing but the name of the parliament of Germany. But now the name is again changed. But in the olden days, it is called as Weimar Republic. So Russia followed socialism, and the countries which are near to Russia also started following the socialism, because Russia started spreading this type of ideology to all the countries which are nearby it. And Germany, it came out of that, and monarchy was completely taken away. Why? Because after the Second World War, Germany is not there. Germany was divided into two parts. That we'll be discussing in next lesson. But once I am giving a brief description regarding this. East part of Germany is completely under the control of Russia, and west part is completely under the control of USA. And so they started ruling, and monarchy was taken away, and they completely started ruling under Weimar Republic. Change in balance of power. Up to then, the world is under the control of these powers which are there, like Austro-Hungarian Empire, Russian Empire, Turkish Empire, all those. But everything came to an end. Then the complete map of the Eastern and Central Europe was redrawn in the basis of nationality, economic viability, and military security. Depending upon these things only, the maps were redrawn. So what I am going to say here is which country have a lot of economic position and all, they started occupying the other countries also. With that, the map was completely changed. So they started occupying the other countries, and the importance for the economic position is more there. When World War II came to an end, the map of the world changed. Yet again, X and colonies rose to become independent nations. So, what is the important thing here? The world has completely changed, and ex colonies. What are the ex colonies? The colonies which are under the control of other country, they started getting the independence, and they rose to become into independent nations. New international organizations. After completing of the World War I, League of Nations. It is a peace organization which was formed to stop the wars. They thought that after establishment of League of Nations, any such a type of world wars won't be occur again. But it is a very surprising thing that because of the failure of League of Nations, the World War II has occurred. What is the main reason here? League of Nations have a different countries as a members in it. The member countries itself did not accept the things which was said by the League, and so it was failed. Because of this, it is also one of the reason for the occurrence of the Second World War. And after completing of the Second World War, one more peace organization was formed, and that is United Nations organization. Until today, it is working and continuing to maintain peace all over the world. And UNO, we call it as United Nations, UN also. It is a kind of world government based on four principles. And the headquarters of League of Nations is at Geneva, which is in Switzerland, and UNO headquarters is at New York in US. And the four important principles of UN is preserve peace. It want to maintain the peace all over the world and uphold human rights. Human beings should have their own rights. They should not be under the control of any of the other people. Respect international law. One country should respect the other country and promote social progress. Society should be developed. If the society is developed, whole country will be developed. If the country is developed, whole world will be developed. So they want to promote the social progress. These are the four principles of UN, and it is a world based government. All the countries will be the members of this UN. Presently, it has 193 member countries, and it works through organs like UNICEF. What is this UNICEF? United Nations International Children's Education or Emergency Fund. So this organization is completely for the welfare of mother and children, especially for the children, for the education purpose and for the medical purpose for the children especially. This organization works a lot for the development of mother and child. So what is the full form? United Nations International Children's Emergency or Education Fund. Next one, UNESCO, United Nations Educational, Scientific, Cultural Organization. So once again, United Nations Educational, Scientific, Cultural Organization. This is a one kind of organization where it gives a lot of importance for the sites. You people have heard about World Heritage Sites under the control of UNESCO. So to promote the culture of one's country, this organization will be very much helpful to promote the cultural organization. Next one, WHO, World Health Organization. Once again children, World Health Organization. So to take care about all the health of the people in the world, this organization works a lot. Now in this pandemic situation, all the scientists of this WHO are working for the vaccine also. And next one is ILO, International Labour Organization. Once again children, International Labour Organization. It gives importance for the labor, means the workers who are there in the world. All the industries completely they'll become the part of the ILO. So once again, UNICEF, United Nations International Children's Emergency or Education Fund. UNESCO, United Nations Educational, Scientific, Cultural Organization. WHO, World Health Organization. ILO, International Labour Organization. And the major powers of the UN like USA and Russia has managed to prevent wars on the scale of the Second World War. After the completing of the World War II, the world is completely divided into two parts. It is the eastern part and the western part. Eastern part is completely under the control of Russia, and afterwards Russia is only used to be called as USSR, Union of Soviet Socialist Republic. And eastern western part is completely under the control of USA, and eastern part is under the control of USSR. So in the western part capitalism was spreaded, and in the eastern part socialism was spread, and these two countries completely don't want to go for the third world war. So we have seen that for World War I completely 4 years it has taken place, and for the Second World War, almost 7 years it has taken, and we have seen a very worse destruction at the time of Second World War. If the Third World War has occurred, it may be completely changed the world itself. Within seconds and minutes, the world will be smashed into an ash itself. So, these two countries are protecting the world not to go for the Second World War. And we discuss what are the things happened between these two countries in the other lessons also. Enfranchisement of women. What is the meaning of franchise? Franchise is nothing but the right to vote. All the women, they fought to have a right to vote for themselves. For what purpose they want to have a right to vote? We have discussed it in 9th standard regarding the vote for the men. At the time, in European countries, only the man who pays the income tax, they only used to have a right to vote, and educated people, those only used to have a right to vote. But remaining categories of people, they did not have any voting right at all. And women, not even nothing, they were not at all treated as a human beings also in the society. So mostly the low grade women, means high class women who are the richest people, they used to have some sort of benefits, but the low class women, they won't have any sort of benefits also. After a long struggle for political right, like right to vote, British women got these rights in 1918. As soon as after completing of the World War I, British women got the right to vote in the year 1918. When men away in the battlefields, more women had to work in factories, shops, offices, voluntary services, hospitals, and schools. So when men were away, they were doing the war. All the women, they started working in factories also, and even in the shops, offices. They want to run the things which are needed for the economic development of the country, and they are the bread earners for the family. They should look after the children also. Beginning with the confidence of being breadwinners, women began raising their voice for equality in all walks of life, because along with the men, they are also working in all the fields, and they started raising the voice to have a right to vote for them. And getting right to vote was a big step in that direction. At last, many of the women have got the right to vote after the Second World War also. Some countries gave the right to vote for women after the First World War, and some countries after the Second World War. And this is the logo of the United Nations organization, so which is maintaining the world peace. And this is UNICEF. This is the logo of the UNICEF. So you can see the mother and child pictures there. So it is importance for gives importance for the children and the mothers. Next, this is a picture of logo of the UNESCO. And this is the logo of the WHO, World Health Organization. So that snake and all, you can see even in the doctor's chambers also such a type of logos that will be having the two snakes. Next one, International Labour Organization. This is the logo of the ILO. So these are the important things which were connected to the UNO. And today here we have discussed regarding the consequences of the world wars. I hope that everyone understand this topic, world wars. So in the next lessons we'll discuss regarding the things which was happened after the World Wars, World War I and even the World War II also. In detail, we'll be discussing in the next lessons. And with this, we came to an end of this lesson. And here is your assignment. I have given 6 questions here. Complete it and send it to me through WhatsApp. Thank you, children.